Guys, hello. Well, you'll probably see this on Sunday, so happy Sunday. I was like, oh, I can't start this YouTube video in my dressing gown, and then I thought, well, why can't I? Of course I can. So here I am in my dressing gown, because I'm about to make my breakfast, and I thought, I don't want to get dressed yet to make my breakfast. I've just had a shower, I'd quite like to keep my dressing gown on, you're all fresh out shower, you're cozy. So yeah, I'm gonna make my breakfast, which is my breakfast muffins. This is gonna be a full day of eating, but also my top tips to get leaner, because right now I'm not tracking calories, I'm not on a cut or anything like that, but I am intentionally trying to lean out slightly. I went on holidays and kind of had quite a lot going on for a couple months, and I just felt a little bit fluffier. I didn't feel fat or anything like that. I didn't feel like I'd gained loads of weight, but I just felt a little bit fluffier than I was in the summer, which is normal because obviously if, for example, on holiday you go into a surplus, which I definitely was, and then I come home and I go back to maintenance, my intuitive eating of maintenance, that I'm just going to maintain that little bit of weight I would have gained on holiday. Whereas when you go on holiday and you come back, you go into a deficit, obviously you lose that weight you gained and you go back into your deficit. Whereas obviously I wasn't in a deficit, so I've kind of felt the same since I got back from holiday, and I just don't want to feel like that, to be honest. I just wanted to feel a little bit leaner, just want my waist to feel a little bit smaller, in my clothes and stuff, and that's just my personal preference, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're all entitled to how we want our bodies to look and feel, and I think some people I really struggle with because they become so anti having a physical goal that it's almost it's oh, don't feel pressure to look a certain way, which no, you shouldn't feel pressure to look a certain way, but also there is nothing wrong with you wanting to look a certain way. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's getting really kind of lost in the message. It's kind of some people make out having a physical goal is wrong, and it's why is that wrong? I think it's great. If you have a physical goal and you want to put your time and effort into it and work towards it, that's amazing. Go for it, do it, smash it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think sometimes I struggle with some of the things I see online because I'm yeah, you don't have to have a physical goal and there's no pressure to, but also it's not bad to have one. And if you want to go into a cut, if you want to go into a surplus, if you want to bulk, you want to do whatever, do you, don't sit there online and get kind of caught up in what everyone else is doing. Do what you want to do. I'm not leaning out because I feel pressure from anyone else. No one has said to me that I need to lean out or that I look different. No one has probably even noticed, but I see myself in the mirror every day. I wear my clothes every day and I want to feel a little bit leaner. And it's my birthday in a couple weeks time, and I'm gonna have lots of meals out, lots of events, kind of birthday stuff, and I just want to feel really, really good for my birthday, So I want to be in my best shape, and I also want to end the year in a really good place as well. So I feel lately I've gained quite a lot of muscle on my glutes and legs. A lot of people have pointed that out. That's obviously been intentional. I've wanted to do that. I've been really, really progressively overloading on my leg days, and I've been very consistent with them. So I really want this is the problem that all us girls have, right? I want to keep that. I also want to lean out a little bit around my waist. So it's we're gonna lose something here. So yeah, it's annoying, but it is what it is, to be honest. And I know where I feel my most confident. And I spoke about this, I don't know if anyone will know what I mean here, but I spoke about this to my client once, and she was like, oh my God, I know what you mean. And we were talking about when you can feel your body changing, you can just feel yourself getting leaner. And I said, where I notice it the most is when I sit on the toilet. And she was like, what? And I was like, well, when you sit on the toilet, you sit on the toilet multiple times a day, don't you? You go for a wee, blah, blah, blah. And when you sit down, you get used to how your, body feels, totally relaxed, don't you? So I always notice when I'm getting leaner, because I notice when I'm sat on the toilet and my body's relaxed, I can tell the difference in my stomach, it just feels leaner. I don't know how to explain it other than I can just, when I sit down, I can feel, oh, I've got a bit leaner there. And that's the only way I can describe it. The sitting on the toilet progress checker is what I'm calling it. But it does work. I don't really know if that makes any sense to anyone. She got what I meant, but I'm not gonna be offended if you all think this girl's absolutely lost it. But yeah, let's make some breakfast because I am absolutely starving. I've just done check-ins and then had a shower. So yeah, it's been a busy old morning. To be honest, it's a bit later than I would normally have breakfast, but it's fine. I'm going to Pilates at lunchtime with one of my friends, Poppy. So I won't probably have lunch until like 2ish. So it's actually good for me to have my breakfast later, because then it will all be spread out quite evenly anyway. And yeah, I'll show you what I have for lunch as well. I think I'm gonna have a lunch I've never had before. Well, I would have kind of had similar, but basically I was in M&S the other day, and I'm just an M&S stan, so hate all you want, but it's where it's at. And I bought these like garlic chicken Kiev little bites, like they're like little balls, and they're like mini chicken Kievs, and their macros and calories on them were actually quite good, and I was like, I'm gonna try that. So I'm gonna have that, but with a salad, so like a chicken Kiev salad. That literally sounds unreal. I was gonna have it for dinner, but I'm actually decided I'm gonna have it for lunch, and then I think I might have pasta for dinner. I think that is what I fancy, like pasta or something. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, that is kind of my day of eating at the moment in my head. We might have a change up, who knows, but let's see how it goes. I'll obviously give you the details on what we're doing here, okay? So, these are banana and chocolate chip breakfast muffins. They have got protein in, because I'm using my ESN Designer Whey. And yeah, obviously I'm not tracking calories at the moment, so I actually don't really weigh any of this out. I just kind of guesstimate. I made these like the whole winter last year, like I mean like every single day. If you followed me on Instagram back then, you'll remember. I went from breakfast oat cake, which was great, which is the same recipe but just in like a cake tin, to muffins, because I like saw this cute silicone muffin tray and I was like, oh, that looks cute. So then I bought it, and then I just became obsessed, because the idea of having multiple muffins for breakfast is just like no brainer. So yeah, I do that, like, because this is the thing, right? Fat loss and getting leaner and like, you know, like just food, it's all like your mindset on things. So like, for example, I know I am much better if I have something that takes me longer to eat. So if I have 4 little muffins, even though it's the exact same amount of food as if I had the oat cake, I just know because it is in multiple parts, I'm going to take longer to eat it, and I'm also just going to feel more satisfied from it, because I'm going to feel like I've eaten more even though I haven't. So it's so important to just understand your mind, because some people aren't like that. Some people prefer to have like, you know, like a big one thing, whereas I know that I am not like that. So you have to understand your kind of cues and your like habits to understand what you need. And I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong, because they copy other people instead. So like, find out what works for you. It's the same with like breakfast cheesecake. That works for me because I'll eat it with a teaspoon, and I'll eat it quite gradually. Like, I often put it on my desk and eat it in between, like whilst working, which I know a lot of people will say is not good. You shouldn't work and eat, but for me, I like it because it spreads it out and it makes like my breakfast last longer. So yeah, that's what I like. So far I've mashed my banana, I've added my oats, I've added my ESN Designer Whey, which is in cinnamon cereal, which is like one of their most amazing, best flavours that everyone loves, and there is reason for that. So if you've not tried it, you definitely should. I'm just going to grab some baking powder, because that is also important here. I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of that in. You need like a pinch, just a pinch baking powder, because I'm putting some raisin flour in it, so I only need a little bit. So yeah, then I mix all that up, and then I add my I add my milk. God, I make this every day, you wouldn't think that. So I add my almond milk. I like almond milk because I don't really like milk in general anyway, but I like almond milk. You can't really taste it, and also the calories are really low, because I don't like milk for the fact I like milk, I just need it in the recipe type of thing. So I'm just like, well, I don't want to use like a high calorie milk, because that's just a waste, because I don't even like milk. So almond milk for me is where it's at. And then I just add a little bit of flour until it kind of hits the right consistency. It's around like 2 tablespoons, really. When I used to track it and make it, it was around like 2 tablespoons. So that was what I was using. But yeah, it just slaps, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and lie. Like, it's just an insane recipe. Like, and like, if you like banana bread, then you're gonna freaking love this, because it's like having chocolate chip banana bread for breakfast every morning, and like, who wouldn't want to do that? Like, honestly, I've put like banana chocolate chip muffins on the coaching system this month, like, because I knew the minute all my clients saw me eating them, they always messaged me on my stories like, can I have this, can I have this, can I have this? So I was like, right, I'm gonna get ahead of them this time, and I'm gonna just add it right now, and then when they start seeing it on my stories, then I'll already have it there to just, you know, go in and kind of edit for their calories and stuff. So I've added my chocolate chips. What I have done at the moment is I'm using the, well, I'm actually, oh, this is actually a bit shameful. So I started using M&S chocolate medley, which was like normal chocolate chips, white, dark, etc. And then I ran out and I didn't have time to get to M&S, so I was at another supermarket, so I had to grab these other ones, which are still mixed, but they've got like these weird gold balls in, I don't know why. And then I've poured them, they were in a bag and that annoys me, so I've poured them into the empty M&S tin. But then in there, in the cupboard, I have got a new tub of the M&S ones because I managed to go there this weekend. So I will go back to my M&S ones once those are done, but for the minute I'm using these. But they're quite similar apart from the golden balls, and I don't think they have the like caramel ones in. So yeah, that is the difference. Right, so they're going in, okay? I got 4 muffins out of that. I'll bake them for 25 minutes at 180 and they should be perfect. I'm not gonna lie, this is about to be the longest 25 minutes of my life because I'm so hungry. So here it is, our breakfast muffins. I'll turn the camera around in a minute and show you properly, but do you get what I mean? Like, that to me is like a dream. That is so satisfying. Like, I get to eat that for breakfast every day. It's got chocolate chips in it. Like, why would you not want to eat that every day? So yeah, this is what I mean. Like, whereas like there was a version of me before that was like trying to eat as little as possible. Like, I mean, like I would have like an apple for breakfast. That's not breakfast, that's a snack. It's barely even a snack. That's like, that's minor, you know, it's not a lot going on in that apple. Like, or like I'd eat like just a bowl of plain cereal, like no milk, no protein, like just cereal. Like, that wasn't gonna fill me up, was it? No wonder I was starving later. Or like a bit of melon. It's like, that's not your breakfast. Your breakfast has to have substance to it. Like, it has to have your protein, your carbs, your fats. Like, you've got to actually like eat it and think, wow, that was delicious. I'm full till, you know, my next meal or when I next feel hungry. But that shouldn't be like half hour later. Like, it should, you know, keep you going for a little while. So yeah, shout out to my muffins for changing my life, because I would not go back to eating anything else. They are the best. Can you see them? Just absolutely stunning. See the chocolate chips at the top. I've got some berries with them. Like, that is just unreal. I cannot wait to eat these. Hi guys, so I've been to Pilates at lunchtime, reformer, and now I'm going to make my lunch. So I will show you once I've made this, but basically this is like a link to my top tips with fat loss or like getting leaner. So I've got these mini chicken Kievs that I saw in M&S. I don't know, I just thought they looked really nice, to be honest. I love a chicken Kiev, haven't had one in years. And I was looking at like the calories and macros and stuff, and they were actually pretty good calories. Like, so I was like, oh, I can definitely make that work. So normally, you know, what people do is they'll have something like a chicken Kiev and they'll also have it with, say, like chips and then a vegetable, etc. And they'll look at that plate and they'll think, oh yeah, that's pretty balanced. But the way I look at it is like a chicken Kiev to me, especially when I'm trying to be leaner, that's got my carbs and my protein because it's breaded, you know? So I won't be having an extra carb source with this. This isn't me being restrictive. It's not me thinking, oh, if I have something carby, it's bad. This is just me understanding the macros and calories that this chicken Kiev thing provides. And I know that I therefore don't need to add extra carbohydrates and therefore extra calories. So if you have like breaded chicken and then you pair it with fries, for example, that meal is naturally going to be a lot higher in calories because you've got 2 carb sources going on there, along with obviously your protein. Whereas if you have chicken breast, not breaded, and then pair it with a carb source, like, you're fine, like, you know, that's balanced. But pairing chicken Kiev with then another carb source, for me, that's going to use up a lot of my calories for the day. It's going to make it harder for me to fit more food in for the rest of the day. And it's just, in my current position right now where I'm trying to get leaner, I know that's not going to be beneficial to my goals. So what I'm going to do is just have them with salad and bulk up my volume with vegetables and salad. And then, you know, I've kind of done a really clever thing there because I still get to enjoy what I'm having. And the calories on them aren't like bad at all really for what they are, so I can have quite a few. So I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing. But yeah, that's just a top tip from me. Like, if you're having your protein source breaded, then I'd recommend pairing it with volume like vegetables or like salad. But if you're having your protein source just like plain, like, you know, chicken breast or salmon fillet, then obviously like you haven't got your carbs yet, so you need to add your carbs and your veggies. But if your protein source is already breaded, then it's got your carbs already on top of it. So you don't, in my opinion, for what I do for my goals, I make my life a lot easier and just look at that as, oh, that's my carbs and my protein, so I can just, you know, crack on and have that in a salad. So I don't feel like it like looks that incredible, but you just know that's going to taste unreal. Like, I mean, come on. Who doesn't like a chicken Kiev? No one, right? Like, so good. But I've got lettuce, peppers, there's a bit of parmesan, Caesar dressing, and then my lovely chicken Kievs. This is not my usual lunch, not gonna lie. If you're an OG, you know I am the chicken Caesar salad and homemade fries girl. I have it every day. But I saw these in M&S and I thought, I'm gonna mix it up. I want to give it a go, so I am. We'll report back and let you know what it's like, because it could be absolutely gross, and I might be like, what a mistake, I should have had my usual. But I think that looks pretty good, so I'm excited to have it. But yeah, like, honestly, full day of eating, I feel like that's a really good kind of like just video, you know, like who doesn't want to know what people eat? I know some people don't, like it's a controversial topic, but sorry, I'm just taking a picture. I love my like feed being like what people eat, because it gives me inspiration, it inspires me, you know. I'm like, oh, I want to try that, like, oh, I've never had that, I want to have that. Like, it just makes you want to eat different things, I think. And I think it's helpful as well to people that like maybe, for example, didn't know the whole carb, fat, protein thing and are just every day having like breaded chicken and fries, and then maybe finding that they're always gaining weight and thinking why. A simple change like just swapping the fries to have like loads of, you know, high volume veggies and salad with your chicken Kiev, like you don't have to cut it out, but just being a little bit more calorie smart, I feel like it's helpful. So if that is helpful, please do let me know, because I can make more videos on tips and tricks. I've got a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna have a Coke Zero and that, and I'm gonna crack on with my work. Hey guys, we're back, and I'm back in a dressing gown because that just is the best thing to wear in this time of year. Let me just get this boiling. So, we're making pasta, okay? I've gone and picked up some spinach. I haven't had spinach in ages, you know, and I just thought, that goes so well in pasta, why am I not doing that? And some mushrooms. So, let's chop these babies up. I've got my chicken ready to, normally I air fry it because I'm lazy, but I'm actually going to pan fry it because I want to like pan fry the mushrooms and spinach as well. So to me that just makes sense to do it all at the same time. And then, yeah, then we're going to add some pesto, maybe add, I don't know whether to go parmesan or eat lean cheese. If I put eat lean cheese in, it will like melt into it. If I do parmesan, obviously it'll just be like a nice kind of seasoning on the top. I'm not really sure what kind of cheese I am feeling today. I kind of feel like, I don't know, I feel like when I'm doing pesto in the pasta, I feel like I don't need eat lean cheese. Like, I feel like the pesto is my flavour. So I feel like the parmesan will probably be a nice little touch on top of that. But I do like a cheesy pasta. No, I feel like because I'm putting all the veggies and stuff in it, we'll just go pesto pasta. And then we will put parmesan on the top. Yeah, that means I've had parmesan twice today, so go me. But yeah, chopping up the mushrooms. Is it me, or does like spinach like disintegrate, by the way? Like, why do you have to use like a whole bag to even feel like you've got any in there? I swear, I mean, like literally used to have spinach all the time, and I used to always think like, where is it going? Like, why does it wilt so much and just disappear? Who knows? But yeah, my pan is on for the pasta. I should probably put the pan on for the chicken actually. That would probably be a good move. Right, so they're both on. Let's get some oil spray and some seasons. So we'll put some of this in. Honestly, if you're not using ESN oil spray, then what are you doing? Because it's the best. I've got my chicken there. And I also do have the like pesto sauce that came with it, but you have to like touch it to like put it on, and that really grosses me out. So I'm kind of like, do I really want to touch it? No. I like this chicken because it's like the basil and pesto chicken from M&S, and it's like really thin and like flatty, like it's like flattened. I am gonna put the pesto on, but I'm gonna get a bit of kitchen roll and squeeze it with that, because I do not want to touch it. I don't know, it just grosses me out. Why can't they put the pesto packet on the top of the packet and like tape it on, rather than putting it inside with the chicken? Like, I just think that's so grim. I did this the other day and I squeezed it with the kitchen roll. Because obviously I use one chicken breast at a time. So then I have to save the pesto packet, but it has to be saved in with the chicken. Okay, cool. That's done. That can all go in the bin together. What I'll do is I'll switch the camera onto the interesting bit, which is the cooking, obviously not me. And then you can see it cooking. Okay, so we've got our chicken sizzling away. We've got our pan for our pasta boiling, so I'm going to get the pasta in. I've never bought pasta in a box before. This is new. I'm just going to weigh this out because I'm not tracking calories, but I'm also not stupid to the fact that pasta is like one of those things that you can be like hundreds of calories different depending on how much you pour in. And I got this one because it was quite small, so it feels like you have more. Yeah, you see that's mad. That's just mad how that doesn't even look like a big bowl of pasta, but that's like actually a lot of calories in that bowl. But I haven't had any snack or anything today, in case you haven't noticed. I literally just had my breakfast and my lunch, and like when I have days like that, I just use more calories for dinner rather than just snacking for no reason. Like, I'd rather just fill myself up with an actual meal. So that is why I'm having quite a lot of pasta, even though it doesn't look like a lot of pasta, which makes me sad because that's actually like a lot of calories in that, like on the standard. Like, if you're in a calorie deficit, it'd be hard to fit that into calories if you've had all your meals for the day and like say your like snacks and stuff. Like, obviously I haven't had any snacks today, so my calories today are pretty low, really, considering I've only had breakfast and lunch. And then I will have a snack after dinner. I will show you that. I'm gonna have my favourite snacks to have after dinner. I'm gonna have my watermelon, which I need to chop up, but I'll chop it up fresh at the time because it actually doesn't taste as good if you chop it up before and let the juice run out. And then I'm going to have my coconut ice cream bar that I have from M&S. So yeah, that's just an absolutely amazing day of eating, if you ask me. And there we have dinner. So that is creamy, no, sorry, not creamy, that is pesto, mushroom, spinach, pasta with chicken breast, which is also in pesto, on top. And that is my dinner for the day. That is actually a really like small looking bowl, which is quite concerning, so I might be pretty hungry afterwards, but I'm hoping that it's deceiving, and obviously hopefully the protein in it will fill me up, which will be really nice. But yeah, that is our dinner. Honestly, it's just so nice to have like a, let me show you, like just like a big bowl of kind of like goodness. Like, I'm gonna feel full after this hopefully, but I'm not gonna feel like rubbish, I'm not gonna feel lethargic because I'm eating like processed food. Like, I'm just gonna feel fresh and happy and hopefully ready for bed. So it is time for my snack and final food of the day. So I'm gonna have this lovely watermelon, and this is just my top tip when it comes to watermelon, is that if you like buy, instead of buying it already chopped or anything like that, buy like a whole watermelon. People might already know this, I might just be like really behind, but buy a whole watermelon and then only like chop it as you're having it. So like, I cut my watermelon in half, it was only like a little one, and then I basically had half yesterday, chopped it up at the time, ate it, and then left the other half just in the fridge, like with tin foil over it. And then today I'll have this half, but because I haven't pre-chopped it, like it still has all its flavour because the juices are still all in it. Whereas I realised I was like pre-chopping it up as like meal prep in like a glass container, and then I had some on the day, and obviously it was just as I chopped it and it tasted amazing. And then the bits that I'd like pre-chopped just tasted like water, like there's no flavour at all. So then I realised like all the flavours obviously like seeping out of it with all the juice. So
I don't do that anymore. And now my watermelon always tastes really, really nice. And another top tip when it comes to like, you know, leaning out and stuff is try and pair your snacks. So for example, now I'm about to have this as my like volume food and obviously micronutrient, and then like I'm gonna have like a treat. So I'm gonna have one of my coconut chocolate ice cream bars from M&S. But because I've paired it with this watermelon, obviously that's gonna help me feel fuller, which is like going to mean that I'm not going to need anything else. Whereas if I just had the ice cream bar, obviously it's tasty, but it's not very filling. It's just like a little, it's like quite small actually. It's like kind of like the size of, I don't know, not like a crunchy bar or anything like that. It's way smaller, probably like half the size of that. So it's not going to make me feel full. So afterwards I could actually end up sitting there thinking, what can I eat next? And I don't want to be like that. So I'm going to fill this bowl up with watermelon, because watermelon is a really good, like, you know, kind of food that you can really like eat a lot of, and it's not calorie dense. I'm gonna put this other bit in the fridge for tomorrow, and it just means that obviously I like can like stay on track, and I can have like the best of both worlds. You know, I'm having my micronutrients to help me feel kind of full and satisfied, and to help with energy levels and everything as well. If you eat lots of fruit and vegetables, you'll find you've got way more energy than someone that just eats shit all the time. And then I've got my little chocolate ice cream bar, which I'm going to go grab, which will be, you know, my satisfying treat. So it really is the best of both worlds. So guys, that is that. This is my bar. See, that is freaking tiny actually. But it is satisfying, I won't lie. Like, it does satisfy me, but I could do with like a double size of that, to be honest. But that's why we're being clever. And we're pairing it with our watermelon, aren't we? Because we're trying to like do a 2-in-1, you know? So that's going to sort me out for the day. So yeah, we've had today, what do we have for breakfast? We have breakfast muffins for breakfast. I did also have an ESN ISO clear shake. I forgot to film that, but obviously I drank that, so kind of not relevant in terms of what I ate in a day. But if it was what I consumed in a day, then I did also have an ISO clear shake, which is 24 grams of protein, which is really nice. And then at lunchtime I had my chicken Kiev salad, didn't I? Which was so nice. That was 10 out of 10. I would 100% have that again. And then I've had my chicken pasta for dinner. And then I've got my coconut ice cream bar and my watermelon as my snack and my dessert. But yeah, every day is different. Obviously some days I have more snacks, some days I might have, like, for example, on like a Friday, I normally go to like Pilates in the morning, and then like I normally go and do some work like at a cafe or something, and then I go pick Travis up because he finishes early on a Friday, so I don't end up normally being at home for like the whole morning. So I normally take like an ESN oat bar with me and have that for my breakfast, which is really like good for calories and carbs, but it's got like no protein in it, so then I have to like play catch up on my protein for the rest of the day. But I normally just have a shake or something when I get home, and then it kind of evens out. But yeah, like every day is different. You know, there are some quick kind of convenient days where I just have to grab something like that and go. And those oat bars are so nice. I would literally have one every single day as like a snack if they weren't so high in calories. They're like, I think like 470 or 480 calories, which is, you know, fine, but when you're trying to lean out, that's a lot for a snack. Like, that's the calories of a meal. So realistically, I have to have it as my breakfast. Like, I couldn't really fit that into my day of eating without making my meals like drastically smaller, and I'm not willing to do that. They are nice, but they're not that nice. So yeah, but I hope this has been helpful. I hope this type of video was enjoyable. Probably be back with another winter art video next week, if there's not like a haul or anything to film, which I don't think there is. And then watch out for December, because you know what's coming. If you like Oner Active, you know what December is, so I'm very excited for that. But yeah, have a great week, and thanks so much for watching.